L'Hopital's rule is a powerful theorem in calculus that allows us to evaluate a wide variety of limits. We will first understand what this rule says, and then see how to apply it through various examples. In the end, a word of caution. We will learn to identify those situations where L'Hopital's rule appears to be applicable, but in fact cannot be applied. What L'Hopital's rule basically tells us is that in certain situations, instead of evaluating the limit of fx upon gx, we can instead evaluate the limit of f dash x upon g dash x, because they both take on the same value. It may not be immediately obvious why this is a simplification, but we will see that very often it enormously simplifies the evaluation of a limit. So under what conditions is this rule applicable? Well, this rule is applicable whenever the limit of fx and the limit of gx are both equal to 0, or else are both equal to infinity. That is to say, we have both the numerator and the denominator of the limit we are trying to evaluate going to 0, or else we have both the numerator and the denominator going to infinity. We will examine the application of L'Hopital's rule in three types of problems. Type 1 problems are those which are already in the form 0 upon 0 or infinity upon infinity. In such cases, we can directly apply L'Hopital's rule to evaluate the limit. Type 2 problems consist of limits of the form 0 times infinity or infinity minus infinity. By some simple algebraic manipulations, it is usually quite straightforward to transform type 2 problems to type 1 problems. Type 3 problems are limits of the form 1 to the power infinity, infinity to the power 0, or 0 to the power 0. In such cases, we use the most basic exponential and logarithmic identities to transform these limits to type 1 limits. Limits falling into any of these categories are often referred to as indeterminate forms. This is because we need to investigate these limits further to figure out their value, or even whether they exist or not. Let's start with type 1 problems. In this problem, we need to evaluate the limit of the expression as x goes to 0. As usual, let us first determine the value of this expression at x equal to 0. Putting x equal to 0 in the numerator gives us 1 plus 1 minus 2, and the denominator gives us 1 minus 1. We therefore have an expression of the 0 by 0 form. Hence, L'Hopital's rule is directly applicable to this problem. The rule tells us that in this case, the limit as x goes to 0 fx upon gx is the same as the limit as x goes to 0 f dash x upon g dash x. Differentiating the numerator, we get 2e to the 2x minus 2e to the minus 2x. Differentiating the denominator simply gives us sin x. Let us examine the new expression at x equal to 0. In the numerator, we have 2 minus 2, and in the denominator, we have sin 0. Therefore, we once more have an expression of the 0 upon 0 form. Let us apply L'Hopital's rule a second time. Alright, let's once more differentiate the numerator and denominator of the new expression. Differentiating the numerator, we get 4e to the 2x plus 4e to the minus 2x. Differentiating the denominator, we get cos x. Looks like we finally have an expression with a finite value at the limit point. Let's evaluate it. At x equal to 0, the numerator takes on the value 4 plus 4, and the denominator takes on the value 1. Hence, the value of this limit is equal to 8. L'Hopital's rule tells us that this is therefore also the value of the original limit. Let's move on to type 2 limits. Limits of the form 0 times infinity or infinity minus infinity. We will evaluate the limit as x goes to 0 plus, that is, the right-hand limit at 0 of x to the n times log x. We begin by observing that since n is greater than 0, therefore x to the n goes to 0 as x goes to 0. Also, we know that as x goes to 0 from the positive side, log x goes to minus infinity. We therefore have a limit of the form 0 times infinity. Notice that we don't much care whether the infinity involved is minus infinity or plus infinity. We can apply L'Hopital's rule in either case. Okay, but before we apply L'Hopital's rule, we have to convert this expression to the form 0 upon 0 or infinity upon infinity. To do this, let us rewrite x to the n as 1 upon x to the minus n. We have now converted this limit to the infinity upon infinity form. This is now a type 1 problem where L'Hopital's rule is directly applicable. Differentiating the numerator and denominator, we get 1 upon x divided by minus n times x to the power minus n minus 1. Simplifying this expression, we eventually end up with the limit as x goes to 0 plus minus x to the power n divided by n, which is simply equal to 0. We can therefore conclude that the limit as x goes to 0 plus of x to the n times log x is equal to 0. Let's consider another example. We see here that both cot x and 1 upon x go to plus or minus infinity as x goes to 0. We therefore have a limit of the infinity minus infinity form. A simple algebraic manipulation, however, will convert this problem to a type 1 problem. Let's see how. Let us rewrite cot x as 1 upon tan x. We can now consider x times tan x to be the common denominator. So the original expression can now be written as x minus tan x upon x tan x. We now have an expression of the 0 by 0 form. Let's apply L'Hopital's rule. Differentiating the numerator, we get 1 minus secant squared x. To differentiate the denominator, we need to apply the product rule. That gives us tan x plus x times secant squared x. Once more, we have an expression of the 0 upon 0 form. Let's apply L'Hopital's rule a second time. As usual, we differentiate the numerator and denominator. This time, setting x equal to 0 in the numerator, we have minus 2 times 1 times 0. In the denominator, we have 2 times 1 plus 0. The limit therefore evaluates to 0 upon 2. We can therefore finally say that the limit as x goes to 0, cot x minus 1 upon x is equal to 0. Let us now move on to type 3 limits. Limits of the form 1 to the power infinity, infinity to the power 0, or 0 to the power 0. Let us consider the right-hand limit at 0 of sin x to the power tan x. Since sin 0 and tan 0 are both equal to 0, we clearly have a limit of the form 0 to the power 0. We will now describe the general method to solve such problems. We essentially have a function of the form u to the power v, where u goes to 0 and v goes to 0, and u and v are both functions of x. We use the basic logarithmic identity, which says that u to the power v is equal to e to the power v log u. You can easily check this identity by taking logs on both sides of this equation. In this case, the limit as x goes to a, u to the power v is transformed to the limit e to the power limit x goes to a, v log u. Using logarithms, we have basically converted a power relationship to a product relationship, which is much easier to handle. We will see that in most problems, such a transformation converts a type 3 limit to a type 2 or a type 1 limit, which we already know how to evaluate. There is another way to achieve the same transformation, and you can feel free to use whichever one you find more convenient. The second way is to set the limit we wish to evaluate equal to k. In that case, we have log k is equal to the limit as x goes to a log u to the power v. And of course, we know that log u to the power v is equal to v log u. Once more, we have managed to convert the power form u to the v to a product v times log u. We will now demonstrate a solution to this problem using the first method. If you prefer, you can also solve this problem by using the second method, that is, by setting the given limit equal to k and then taking logs on both sides. Alright, let's work out the solution to this problem. We will use the identity u to the power v is equal to e to the power v log u. Therefore, we rewrite the given limit as e to the power limit x goes to 0 plus tan x times log sin x. We will now evaluate the limit in the exponent, and in the end, we can substitute the result back into the original problem. So we have limit x goes to 0 plus tan x times log sin x. We know that tan 0 is equal to 0, and the log of sin 0, which is log 0, is equal to minus infinity. We therefore have a limit of the form 0 times infinity, which is a type 2 limit. We can send tan x to the denominator, so it becomes cot x. We now have an expression of the form infinity upon infinity. We can therefore apply L'Hopital's rule. Differentiating the numerator, we get 1 upon sin x times cos x. Differentiating the denominator, we get negative cosecant squared x. Rewriting cosecant squared x as 1 upon sin squared x and simplifying the expression, we get the limit as x goes to 0 plus negative cos x times sin x, which is equal to 0. We must now remember to insert this value back into the original expression. We therefore have e to the power limit x goes to 0 plus tan x times log sin x is equal to e to the power 0, which is equal to 1. We can now conclude that limit x goes to 0 plus sin x to the power tan x is equal to 1. All other limits of type 3 can also be solved by a similar process. We will now examine a category of limit problems that appear to be solvable by L'Hopital's rule but are in fact not solvable by it. Let's demonstrate this using an example problem. Consider the limit as x goes to infinity of x plus sin x upon x. It is immediately obvious that the numerator and the denominator both go to infinity. We therefore have a limit of the infinity upon infinity form. So let's apply L'Hopital's rule. Differentiating the numerator, we get 1 plus cos x, and differentiating the denominator, we simply get 1. We can rewrite this limit as 1 plus limit as x goes to infinity cos x. But we know that the limit as x goes to infinity cos x does not exist, because as x increases without bound, cos x continuously oscillates between minus 1 and plus 1. We might therefore come to the conclusion that the limit as x goes to infinity x plus sin x upon x does not exist. This conclusion, however, is not correct. Let us revisit the statement of L'Hopital's rule for a moment to see why this is so. L'Hopital's rule clearly states that the limit as x goes to a fx upon gx is equal to the limit as x goes to a f dash x upon g dash x, provided the limit as x goes to a f dash x upon g dash x exists. This is a crucial part of the statement. Going back to our problem, we find that since the application of L'Hopital's rule led us to a limit that does not exist, we must therefore conclude that in this case, L'Hopital's rule does not apply. Such limits need to be evaluated by some alternative means. Let's see how else we can evaluate this limit. We begin by rewriting the given limit as the limit as x goes to infinity 1 plus sin x upon x, which is the same as 1 plus the limit as x goes to infinity sin x upon x. Recall that this limit can be evaluated using what is called the squeeze theorem or the sandwich theorem. Since sin x is always bounded between minus 1 and 1, we can therefore say that sin x upon x is bounded between minus 1 upon x and 1 upon x. We can now apply the limit to the entire inequality. The limits on both the extremes are very easy to evaluate. They are simply equal to 0. We therefore come to the conclusion that the limit as x goes to infinity sin x upon x is greater than or equal to 0, and it is less than or equal to 0. In other words, the only possible value for the limit as x goes to infinity sin x upon x is equal to 0. Going back to our problem, we can now rewrite this last expression as 1 plus 0, which is equal to 1. We therefore conclude that the limit as x goes to infinity x plus sin x upon x is equal to 1. It is important to note that although the application of L'Hopital's rule told us that this limit does not exist, the limit does in fact exist and is equal to 1.